Pelosi calling out 4 Democratic congresswomen who voted no on a bipartisan border funding bill. The House Speaker saying, quote, all these people have their public whatever and their Twitter world, but they didn't have any following. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez firing back, saying, quote, that public whatever is called public sentiment. So what does this infighting say about the Democrats' message heading into 2020? Here to debate is Republican strategist Kimberly Klacik and Democratic strategist Kevin Walling. Thank you both for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Heather.
So, Kimberly, what do you think about this heading into 2020 and this infighting going on?
Well, I think Speaker Pelosi is trying to teach this socialist freshman class a valuable lesson, but unfortunately it isn't penetrating. But I want to talk specifically facts at first. AOC initially said she didn't vote for the funding because she wanted to send a message. She then turned that message around and said she did not vote for the funding because she didn't trust the Trump administration with the money. So I'm not calling her a liar, but those are two very different specific reasons. I think Nancy Pelosi is being very polite. I think she knows this freshman class likes attention. The same reason why we have a video of Alexandria Cortez dancing on a rooftop. She knows if she goes against the grain, she'll get more airtime and she'll get more likes on social media. But as far as the rift in the party, I think that is going to be a factor when trying to take back the White House. We saw in 2009 the moderate Republicans were against the Tea Party movement, and I believe that's why President Obama was reelected. It definitely wasn't because of a job well done.
Kevin, I want to ask you about this when it comes specifically to voting no on the border funding. And you can see the 4 who did that right there. You know, publicly, they talk about how the conditions at the border in these detention centers are deplorable, but at the same time, voting against sending the assistance that they need.
Yeah, Heather, it's a good point. I mean, those conditions are horrible, as we've seen across Texas, across other border states. But to Kimberly's point, you know, with a party as diverse as we are, and a caucus as diverse as we are, there's always going to be some problems. I will note that, you know, I think it's the Republican Party that's actually in distress when it comes to the House caucus. I mean, let's not forget you had a sitting member of the House Republican caucus leave his party over disagreements with his party leader in terms of Donald Trump, and that was Justin Amash just last week. So in terms of a caucus in distress, that's playing out right now in the Republican Party when Democrats have passed over 100 bills in the House of Representatives since taking office.
Yeah, but this is one of the issues that they seem to be most vocal about at this point. Let's take a look at another tweet from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And you just referenced this, Kimberly. She said, I don't believe it was a good idea for Dems to blindly trust the Trump administration when so many kids have died in their custody. It's a huge mistake. This administration also refuses to hand over docs to Congress on the whereabouts of families. People's lives are getting bargained, and for what? You know, I've personally spoken with a couple people, including one today, who said they've been at these same facilities that AOC is talking about, and they said the conditions are very different, what they're seeing and what she's publicly saying. Kimberly?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Border Patrol agents even adamantly denied. She made a comment saying that people were being forced to drink out of toilets, and they said that's not happening whatsoever. So I don't know what to believe as far as anything she says. Like I said earlier, she has different stories all of the time. Now, to Kevin's point with Justin Amash, I'm sorry, Kevin, but he's kind of on an island by himself. I think the Republican Party is united, and especially you don't see this infighting like you see with the Democrats. But if AOC has a problem
Pelosi has never lost a sitting House member like Donald Trump
Kevin,
has.
you get the final word here. Kevin.
Sure. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's never lost a House member before. Kevin McCarthy just lost one last week. I think there will be more to follow in terms of infighting on the Republican side.
Well, as you can see, Kevin, Speaker Pelosi is not happy with the freshman class.
Yeah, and she's got 4
She'll get them in line. She'll get them in line.
She has 4 that she doesn't seem to be able to control right now, but we will see what happens on that front. A long time to go before the elections. Kimberly, Kevin, thank you both for joining us.
Thanks, Heather.
All right, have a good day.